guys, welcome back to a new tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a Would You Rather game for the Android. So first, what I'm going to do is actually import some sprites before we do anything. So I made some sprites to use. So everything is now imported. All these images here. There is not that many, but there's a good bit. So before you get started, you want to go to your build settings and switch your platform to Android. If you go so down here, it says switch platform. You just select Android, and once you do that, down here you're going to need to change your. Just click this and choose portrait. It does not matter what type. You could do landscape too, but yeah. So go ahead and make a new game object, and under UI, click button. And yeah, we'll just do landscape because, and I'll show you how to do portrait. We'll do portrait in a minute here. So we're gonna move this down and go ahead and delete the text under it. In button, we're just gonna pull in play right there, and it is squished. And that means we need to scale it some. So if you select this tool here, you can scale the sprite. There we go. And I'm also going to make a image in the background. So a large image. And this will be above everything else where it's behind it. There we go. And we will name this button play. There we go. And now that we have that, we're going to add another image. So game object UI image. And I'm going to change it to, let's see, to my title here. Or the text that goes above everything else, pretty much the title. Would you rather? There we go. And then I'm going to duplicate, well, first I'm going to name this title. And then I'm going to duplicate the button down and change it to the about sprite. So there we go. So this is looking pretty good right now, but it's not the best. If we play, we'll go to save it first. So main scene. There we go. If we played this, nothing would happen at all. So we can click all these, and nothing would happen. So let's go ahead and make something happen. So if we created a new scene, and pulled in our background image again, so first background image, let's do it again. There we go. And then let's go ahead and create a button. And this will be button A. And of course, delete the text. So button A. Scale it up. And button B. So just duplicate it and change the sprite. So name this B. Name this A. And we'll change this to background. Now let's add some text. So create a text game object and set the font size to bold and the alignment to the very middle. There we go. And the text is black, which is what we want. So we'll just say, would you rather question here. And we need to make the size of this thing large. So, and the height of it very large. So if we can just see that by using that tool. There we go. So now it will create the the desired question. But we haven't added a script for that to do that, so that's not going to actually work. So let's go ahead and get this to work. First, we're going to need to save the scene, so we're going to do easy, because this is going to be on the easy level. And we will create a new script, and we're going to say question manager. Alright, so there's going to be like 5 different modes. I'm not going to put them all in, I'm just going to put 2 in. So if we open the script up, it will come up. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and edit our script here. So if we deleted all this stuff, first thing we need to put in is using Unity engine.ui. The second thing we need to put in is using system.collections.generic. Okay, so once you did that, you need to add a list. So we'll do a public list, and this will be a list of strings, and easy equals new list of string. Alright, so we can copy this and use like easy, hard, normal, all those other ones. So let's go ahead and add a update function. So we'll do a start function, so void start. And actually we'll just say, instead of having multiple lists, we'll just make one list, and we'll name it questions. And then we'll add a couple booleans, so public bool easy, public bool hard. So then we'll say if easy, then just add a bunch of questions. So I'm going to add like 4 questions, and then I'll do the rest myself. So questions dot add, and we're going to add, let's see, would you rather make a pie or a cake? Let's just do that. And below that, though, we need, well, yeah, so we just need to add a bunch of questions. And we'll also say string, comma, string, comma, string. That should work. So we save that. Wait, string, string, string. Go into Unity. So list of 3 lists cannot be actually found. Yeah, that makes more sense now, so let's just delete these. Alright, so I'm not going to do 3, I'm just going to say, I'm going to add, and then we're also going to add another one. And we'll say, would you rather go to Mars or to Saturn? So there's a bunch of different ones you can make like this, and these are the ones that I'm going to make. And so how are we going to choose between this? So like, yeah, so let's just go ahead and say public void, and we'll do let's just say choose. So basically, this is the text that's going to come up on update. So when we start, it's just going to pick a new one every time, but we haven't put that in yet. So we're going to say public void choose, and then now we're going to say basically when we choose, we're going to say this get component. So So this is like a component. Text. Dot text equals questions. So questions dot, we'll do, actually instead of doing dot, we'll just put those there. And in here we'll do random dot range between 0 and however many. Right now we have 2, so this one's 0 and this one's 1, so that would be 0 and 1. And then we'll do plus. Well, we don't need to even do that. We can just add a semicolon there. There we go. And we have an error, parser error. Yes, that is because we deleted that right there. So if we actually started this, nothing would happen. So first of all, basically, it's not going to tell us. This is just a very basic one. So it's just a fun one. It's not going to actually tell what the percentages of how many people like it or anything like that. It's just going to be like, okay, now on to the next question, and you got to play with other people to figure out to play. Yep. Okay, so now on our A, we can add a onClick function. So there we go. So you can't see this, but I can. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna pick the text object right there, and I'm just gonna call the choose function. Now what we will do is like count up how many how many people chose A and how many people chose B on that one. So like it'll go through it 3 times. So we'll do choose, and we'll just say public int amount. So amount we'll just say, instead of amount, we'll just say gone through. So like how many times we went through that one. So gone through. We actually aren't going to put that there, but we're just going to say if gone through is not equal to 3, then do this here. And in here we'll just say gone through plus equals 1. Gone through plus equals 1. And when we click this, we're basically going to say if, we'll say, first we're going to say in this, if gone through is not equal to 3, and if it is equal to 0, then go ahead and do this, and then plus it. But if it's not 0, then just keep doing it until it's 3, and when it is 3, if gone through equals 3. So when the third player goes through, then go ahead and go on to the next problem. But we're just going to say gone through equals 0. There we go. So now we're basically saying go through it 3 times until everybody went through it. And then every time add 1 to it. So when gone through equals 3, turn it to 0. And then basically it's going to loop this again. So we went to Unity, played this, A1, yeah. It's not actually going to work because we don't. We need to actually put the it on something, so we actually have to put it on easy for it to actually work. So if it's easy, would you rather make pie or cake? A or B, which one? So if it's A, okay, A, and then when we click it again, right now it's just going to keep going. So what we need to do is, alright, so actually let's inspect this number here just to see. So A, so it's 1, 2, 3. Right when it's 3, it's 0 again. So now that it's 0, it should go through this again. So we click it, and it's actually just going to keep doing that one because we have to set this to 2 instead of 1. There we go. So now, let's rather make cake or pie. 1, 3, and when we click this again, yeah, there we go. Since there's 2, it's just gonna keep going through those 2 questions. When we make this higher, it will. So when we make more questions, it'll go through more of them instead of just maybe staying on 1 for a while. So yeah, that's pretty much the basic part of it, but we do want to count how many people pressed B and how many people pressed A. So we'll say we would actually duplicate this text here, and rename it A, and actually change the text on it. It will remove the that, and we'll say A's. And B's. Alright, so now if we went to the text here, we actually need to rename the name to B. Now in the code here, we can say if gone3 equals 1, of course, if gone3 is not equal to 3, and we'll just say if we're going through as A, so choose A. We'll do choose A, and then we'll make another one called choose B. So copy this and paste it again, and rename it choose B. And instead of just putting that if statement in there, we're just going to say A's and B's. So public int A's, public int B's. There we go. And we'll just say B's plus equals 1 and A's plus equals 1 when we choose it. So yep, A's plus equals 1. And that's that. Now in the update function, we need to make one. So public void update, and in here we'll say A's. We'll do GameObject.find A's, or A, I think it's A, not Aza, just A, dot get component text dot text equals A's. And we actually have to do, we don't have to do this, but I'm going to do this. A's plus A's, there we go. And same thing with this except for B, so for the amount of B's chosen. There we go. And we'll change this to B, and also this one to B. So now we played this, we can see, and it's an unexpected symbol. Where is that? If we look at what line it is at 11 and 12. 11 and 12. See. Unexpected symbol. Let me extend this just to see what it is. I can show you guys too. This is it. Unexpected symbol. Yes, I see why. So public int. You guys were probably seeing that and not being like, oh, he's an idiot. There, okay. And the name A does not exist in the current context. Yes, let's go ahead and look. A is not A. There we go. This should work just fine now. So we played this. And it's both on 0, so would you rather question here. So we go ahead and if we press a button, nothing's actually going to happen because we haven't actually set it up yet. So if we go to A, and actually we need to change this to A button and a B button. There you go. And both of these, instead of choosing it, it needs to be choose A, and B needs to be choose B. So let's pull these in, choose B. There we go. And we play this, and we're not actually clicking it. Nothing's happening. Ah, yes, the A. Oh yeah, A's working. Yes. Okay. This needs to. Yes, it is working just fine though. All right. So as you saw, the A button did work. It just wasn't. It just didn't look like it was. Let's see, A. 1, 2, 3. So 3 A's. And there we go. So this step is working just fine. Alright, so in our game view, the landscape mode is not working though. That is not very good. Actually, also the reason for that is because we need change to scale with screen size. And then you're like, oh, that stinks. Everything just shrank. Did that? Yes, you are right. Everything did just shrink, but this makes it a ton better. So if we just select everything, and we can scale it up. By the way, just saying this, do not scale it up like using the scale tool, because that doesn't actually, it'll mess up the everything. So there we go, and the text needs to be scaled up. So there we go, and then we can change the font, and a text can be scaled up too, so font size. Same with the B text. And now we play this, it works just great. B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A. There we go, and we're also going to need a restart button for this. So if we pull this down, UI button, and we can restart it. So I'm going to throw in the restart button. Let's just yeah, we'll just pull the play button. I don't think I have a restart one. So play, or we can change it to menu. So if we can find it, let's just see. Yes, okay. So we'll just keep it at play, and we'll add a script to it, and we're gonna say go change scene. Open that up, and just say public scene, and public void change, and we're just gonna do application.load level scene, and this will load whatever level that we're wanting. So let's actually undo that there. There we go. Alright, so that is that. So if we change our scene to a 1 or 0, and we add a new function here, change scene, change. So now if we load both of these in, so the main scene first, so we'll just add the main scene first, and then the second one after that. So if we run into our build settings again, we can lower it. Okay, so that is that. So if we played this, we can go back to the menu, and we can't actually play this just yet, which is okay. So if we load up our main scene again, and of course you have to change the canvas to scale with screen size. It's going to make it tiny again, and you're going to have to change it again. So I'll be back when I change that. There we go. And on our play button, we need to add the script of change scene. So add change scene. And we're going to change it to scene 1. And of course, we need to add that button function in. And if we played this, we can click play, and would you rather question goes here, and we can go up like that, which works just fine. And we can go back to our menu. And that is pretty good. So I will be doing a little bit more on this before we do anything else. So we need to actually add the names. So if we did public string name 1, 2, 3, 4, just name 2, 3, and we'll just do 3. Alright, so basically what we're going to want to do is basically when it's the first person's turn, you add the A to the first person's name, and then when it's the second person's turn, it's the second person's name and the third person's name. So we'll say if gone through equals, we'll just do 0 or 1, because when we add it, it's going to be equal 1. So this actually needs to be at the bottom. So we need to copy this. Actually, yeah, this needs to be at the very bottom of our gone through function. So right there. So if gone through equals 1, then just say that the name. So we need to basically add the name and then the count to the name. So the name and then the integer to the name. So and then we'll do name number or name amount. So now amount per name. And of course we need to add 2 of these because we need the first one to be A and then the second one to be B. So all 3 players amounts per the B and A. This looks like a lot, but it's just that there's so many players and that there can be so many players, 3 players, that that we have to have multiple lines code. So if gone through equals 1, then basically say name amount A, and we need to say 1A, 2A, 3A, and same with B, 1, 2, 3. So name amount 1B, 1A, 1. Yep. So all that stuff. So name amount 1A plus equals 1. And we'll just copy and paste this. If it's 2 and 3, change it to 2 and 3. And now you can actually just copy this here. Copy this, the if gone through, paste it in the B function, and turn it to B instead of A. There we go. We don't have any way of looking at that right now, so we just have to look at it on the side. So play. There we go. So if we looked at our text, wherever it is, bottom, if we added A, that's the player, 1 for the player. And the second one, let's just do A, that's 1 for the second player, and then the third player. And then we'll change it to B, and that would be 1 for the first player, and then we'll change it to A, and that's 2 for the second player. So that's basically just going through like that, and just changing that around. Alright, so if you guys want to, you can put that UI in yourself, because I've shown you guys how to do the text, changing the text, so you can put that in, oh, sorry about that, all of that in yourself. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.